In this video, I want to talk about the top 5 strongest units in Anime Last Stand as of the Kaiju No. 8 update. Keep in mind these are not ranked in order of how strong they are, but just all in general are very strong, and you should definitely get these if you are a new player. Let's get into it. The first unit I want to talk about, which is actually the main character of the new update, is Monster No. 8, the Evolved Ultimate Unit. Now this unit actually can do some of the highest damage in the game regardless of his trait, and his best traits are going to be Glitched, Avatar, and Overlord. Shinigami is nice too, but it's very expensive to max him out, and it's going to cost a lot to get Shinigami actual value. Now, Monster No. 8 is a ground-only unit, circle AoE, but his strength is doing around 30 million damage with no skill tree. So although he's lacking in some departments with no hybrid, and being very expensive, he's still the strongest unit in the game as of this update, and definitely worth the pickup. With proper farming, it is possible to max him out in some game modes, but most of the time, his maximum potential is going to be in the infinite game mode, but he still is pretty versatile for story and progression clears because he has the stun passive in his first few upgrades, so you can get supporting value out of him just by placing him down. I'd say this is a very solid unit, but moving on to the next one. For the number 2 spot on this list, I'm going to go with another new unit of this update, Division Captain. This unit is definitely worth the pickup, but she is one of the most unique units in the game because she has so many weird features. She costs 20k to place, she is hill on placement, she's a line attack, and she does millions of damage, but only attacks every 20 seconds or so. Now, this unit is going to be so expensive that it really is only like a hybrid late game option. She's not really going to be a story mode progression unit, but she still can do some crazy damage and has a lot of potential as an infinite game mode boss killer. Because she's so expensive, you definitely want a trait like Glitched, Overlord, or Avatar on her, but I still think she's worth the pickup even if you get unlucky, because her damage is just crazy and she's overall just fun to use. But let's go to the next unit. The number 3 spot on this list is going to go to a summer event unit, Law. Now Law is going to cost you 550 to place, he is a hill unit, making him a great answer to early airs, and he also does pretty good damage. On top of that, his first upgrade does have the Electrify passive, which is going to help with overall slowdown and damage, and he does lose that passive in later upgrades though, he does get the slow passive instead, and his signature ability, Room. Now Room is going to teleport any enemy within his range all the way back to the beginning of the map, which is probably the strongest supporting ability in the game, and it's very OP for hard stages, especially with the boss waves. This unit is probably one of the strongest in the game, make sure to pick him up, especially if you get the traits like, I think Shinigami and Glitched are his best, but Overlord and Avatar are great too because his ability is a global cooldown, so you really don't need more than one. Overall, this is probably the best unit on this list in my opinion, other than the one we're going to talk about next. Number 4 spot is going to go to Shadow or Sid, obtainable from the summer event by completing all 7 of the event quests. This unit is going to cost you 1.75k to place, he's going to be a ground unit with bleed on placement, but he later loses that passive to become a full AoE hybrid damage unit with an insane ability. This ability, called I Am Atomic, is going to be where Shadow shines the most because he is able to nuke for 500 million on his second to last upgrade, 5 billion on his last upgrade. Now his last upgrade is going to cost you a million gold, so it's only going to be obtainable in like infinite game modes or with very heavy farming, but his second to last upgrade is where you're going to see a lot of people nuking the boss for 500 mil because he's able to kill pretty much anything and also attacks anything in his range. Now this ability is going to have around a 300 second global cooldown for the second to last upgrade and an infinite cooldown for the last upgrade, so you can only use the last nuke once, which the 300 second cooldown honestly isn't too bad for how OP the ability is. I definitely recommend picking up this unit, and I think at least one person has to be running him at all times in multiplayer modes, so it's definitely a must-have, and he's probably one of the best in the game for progressive modes. Anyways, let's go to the final unit on this list. The final unit on this list is going to be Guts or Black Swordsman from the Berserk update. This unit is going to cost you 1000 to place, he's going to be a ground unit, and his early damage isn't too bad, but that's not where he shines. On his later upgrades, he becomes a full AoE hybrid unit with the Hemorrhage passive, and with the right trait, he's going to deal a lot of damage, especially with Glitched or Avatar. His damage over time is crazy, and he is a multi-hit full AoE unit, so he is very strong. I don't really have much to say about this unit other than he does insane damage, and is definitely worth the pickup if you get the right trait on him, and even if you don't, he's still very good. That's going to be all for the video. Let me know what you think about the list in the comments down below. Again, they are not ranked in how strong they are, but just kind of how recent they came out. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Maybe if you did, maybe drop a like or even a subscribe, because I upload content similar to this every day and also live stream on weekends. But anyways, thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you in the next one, and have a great day.